Right ingredients, served with flair. A perfect combination, like you and Pick and Pay.
So that's a time to cook up a storm in the kitchen this morning. And we are, of course, with Chef Mathew Gordon from Harvest at Laborie One Farm in the Paarl. Good morning, Mathew. How are you, man?
Morning, yeah.
So a very interesting dish we're making this morning. We're making a healthy kind of dish, you know, salad.
There's healthy parts to it. It's not all healthy. The chorizo part is the bit of the tricky one. But,
the chorizo part is the one that gives that flavour.
It's the taste. It's the smoked Spanish sausage, you know?
Smoked Spanish. One of my favourite ingredients ever.
Let's go through some of those ingredients.
Right.
We've got some calamari tubes over here.
Yeah.
We've got some prawns, which are shelled already. We've got some chorizo, which we've sliced off already.
Beautiful.
And remember that when we cook that chorizo, it gets this wonderful orange kind of oil that comes out of it that actually flavours the salad and the dressing and the leaves and everything within it. So it's actually very nice. We've got some little tomatoes, which you're going to roast off in the pan.
Okay.
We've got some wild rocket, which is like a peppery leaf, which is also very nice in salads. And these are some mixed little greens that we've got. Some little red lettuce pieces, some baby spinach, a few bits in there.
All right.
These are some micro greens, almost like little herb leaves. And this is a roasted red pepper, this one over here, which is, we do in an oven. We do it in an oven, with a little bit of olive oil, about 15 minutes at 180.
Yeah.
And that's, straight after that, we put it in a bowl with some cling film over, and then it sweats almost. And then the skin, we could be able to peel it
just
easily,
right off
just like that. And pop the seeds out, and then we slice it into this julienne kind of cut for the salad itself.
That's interesting. I've never seen that done before.
So it's quite a colourful salad.
Yeah.
And let's just talk lastly about the dressing, which I've made already just for time purposes. But this is a smoked paprika dressing, which again takes the whole theme of the paprika and the yogurt, these red peppers over there, all part of the kind of paprika vibe that's going through the whole dish.
Definitely.
There's some yogurt in there, so I suppose you could look at that as a health tip.
Lovely.
And what we do is we sweat the smoked, it's a smoked paprika. We sweat that in onion and garlic in a pan, because it's important that we cook the paprika out first. Then we mix it with the yogurt and the mayonnaise, and we get a dressing like that.
I can't wait to taste
so what we should do is start heating up these things, because the one thing we do need for calamari needs to go into a hot pan.
All right, so that's the secret of mastery.
You can't get it into a pan that it starts stewing, you know. If you get it into a low temperature pan, it'll just sort of stew.
Flash
you
fry.
want it really, really hot.
Flash fry.
Yeah, and in the other pan, we're going to do the prawns and we're going to do the chorizo. So that's the warm part of the salad.
All right, easy.
And then the rest will mix up together as we go along.
Yeah. And of course, all these ingredients are available at your local Pick and Pay. And if you would like the recipe, all you need to do is SMS Calamari to 33728. We'll send all of this right onto your phone. All right, so where do we start?
Right, we're going to pop a little bit of oil. This is actually a mixture of olive oil and normal oil, because I don't want it's got a high burning temperature. Okay. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that in. We're not going to put too much in, because this chorizo is going to actually exude quite a lot of oil from itself. Yeah. So we don't need to add a lot of oil. And in terms of the calamari as well, just a little bit. Okay. And there's enough other stuff going on in the salad to make it happen.
Exactly.
So we'll just wait for a second for that to heat up, and then we're going to add the prawns, the chorizo first.
Okay. Because obviously it takes a little bit longer to get that effect of, you know.
Absolutely, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. So let's just pop that in there. Let's just see if I just pop one piece in and just see. We should actually move it to the hotter one for a start, so we can get moving a little bit faster.
Oh, there we go. But it's starting to curl up there already.
It is, but we really want it hot. But what we can do in the meantime is we can just pop some of the leaves in here, which we're going to mix in the salad a little bit later. There's no reason we can't start with that so long. So there's enough of that. We're going to use a little bit of the wild rocket. And we're going to add those microgreens right at the end. Okay. So we'll just pop that in there so long.
You can see these nice and fresh. Looks nice. So what would you serve this with? I mean, as a side dish or?
At Harvest, our restaurant, we serve it as a starter there. So it's very popular as a starter. Nice. And also as a standalone lunchtime dish, it's very good too. Yeah. So we just tossed a little bit of olive oil in there just to give the leaves a little bit of shine. Yeah. And you can see the chorizo starting to work a little bit there. So I think we're ready for action over there.
Let's do it.
So we're just going to pop a few pieces in there.
So as Chef Mathew Gordon said, that this is what he would prepare at a starter at the restaurant Harvest there at Laborie. Now we're actually giving away a fantastic competition where you can win a dinner, bed and breakfast for two at Laborie. Obviously, all you need to do is SMS the keyword WIN to win your name and city through 33728, and who knows, you could take that special someone to the beautiful Valley of the Paarl and spend the night there.
Look at that beautiful orange kind of oil that's coming out. It's barely been in the pan, 20 seconds. So it's And it does curl up and it gets crisp.
That's it.
And the important part as well is to have the chorizo sliced quite thinly as well. Because a thick piece of chorizo is not going to get the effect that we want. Okay?
Sounds good.
So we've already put the pan on for the calamari. That's going to get nice and warm now, and then it'll be not too long before we actually finish the whole dish.
And I mean, the prawn as well, I mean, that's very quick.
Absolutely, because especially because it's there's no the peels are off.
Yeah.
So you know, a large part of the prawn cooking slowly is when it's got the shell on.
Yeah.
So there's no shell and no no peel on it.
Very
so we're just going to.
But I mean, the smell coming out of that chorizo pan, man, is amazing.
There's lots of garlic in the sausage as well, of course, as well.
Yeah.
So garlic, paprika, the smokiness, and what we can do is we just toss that around in there.
Oh wow!
And you can see it coats it nicely.
Beautiful. That flavoured chorizo on the prawn. Oh, I'm gonna have to
just move those around in there. And those prawns aren't going to cook for long.
Yeah.
So let's just make sure that's actually getting nice and hot.
All right.
A nice telltale sign that this is warm is that it's going to smoke slightly as well.
Okay.
And that kind of gives us the idea that we're pretty ready to go. And we've got quite a nice burner going there as well. That's going to. We'll just keep this moving a little bit around.
Oh, this is going to taste so amazing. So once again, that competition we are running. Of course, all you need to do is SMS the word "win," your name and city to 33728, and that will enable you maybe to win this awesome prize of a dinner, bed and breakfast for 2 people at Lubbery Wine Farm in Paarl. So of course, we are going to be announcing the winner right at the end of the show. So please start SMSing now, and you can have this salad as your starter.
Yep, it's on the menu, so you certainly can have it.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm starting to see a little bit of smoke rise up.
Let's get that calamari
in there.
so
We're going to get it moving. And what we'll do is add a little bit of seasoning first.
All right.
Because calamari is a bit bland. That's why we've got all these rich paprikas and all those kind of things to try and lift the calamari up a little bit. Because it can be a little bit tame, you know. But you can see we've got some heat there now.
That's hot right there.
And you see it'll also shrink up a little bit and crimp up a little bit.
You
notice I've taken the prawns and the chorizo off the stove because those are cooked already. What I can do while those are going on,
just heat that up.
I'm just going to bomb that straight into the salad.
Oh, that looks so good.
Just like that, because those prawns will be cooked already.
Yeah.
And notice I added the oil as well. So I'm just going to mix those gently together like that.
Amazing.
And then we're just going to add the calamari kind of last minute.
Yeah.
So
how long would you cook the calamari on one side of the pan? It's like really hot like it is now.
Probably only about 30, 40 seconds. It really is quick, and one of the main parts of calamari is it gets really tough.
That one is turning itself around.
You see it starts crimping up.
Exactly.
But that's a good sign. You get a couple of those grill marks on there.
Oh, beautiful.
The important part is not to overcook it. It really is a very, very quick process.
So for all the ingredients, of course, remember the keyword calamari to 33728, and you could make this salad at your own home.
Just going to pop a few of those tomatoes to warm up over there.
So you just want to heat them up. You don't want to like make them mushy or anything like that.
Cherry tomatoes warm up beautifully, and they actually, when they warm up, they're just amazing. They're like a pine nut. If you toast a pine nut is alive.
It does come out nice.
And a cherry tomato is the same kind of thing. When it's warm, you get a wonderful, wonderful taste from it. Oh. So this is pretty much nearly there.
That's it.
Give it 10 more seconds. That is. And you see we've got some nice colour on it of those grill marks.
So that's all you want. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Because the last thing you want is tough calamari in your salad.
Let's just pop some of those in there.
Oh, that looks...
I'm going to take these off. I'm going to place those strategically around the plate in the end.
Strategically, I like that.
Just make sure it looks good. And we can also add the roasted red peppers in there.
Nice.
You pop that plate up there over there for me, and I'm going to start plating already.
That's it. We need these?
I'll put those on right at the end.
Oh, that comes right at the end.
My hands are clean. I did wash them before I started, but as a chef, we use our hands.
Yeah.
And anybody who tells you you don't, they're lying to you. I can promise you that. But look at those nice colours in there. Got those nice flavours of the seafood, etc.
Yeah.
I'm going to bomb those little tomatoes on right at the end. But that's starting to take shape nicely.
This is probably the best looking salad I have seen in my life. No jokes, really.
Bomb a few of those roasted tomatoes on right at the end. Also nice little colours to come around.
Also placing them strategically.
Strategically. Talking about strategically, let's get those last few little bits of calamari on and strategically place those so we can see it.
Yeah.
And then the last little bit is we're going to add a little bit of that paprika dressing on.
Oh.
And then that should pretty much be it.
That's it.
And those microgreens as well.
And those microgreens.
So this is also a nice, I'm going to put a little bit around the outside. Remember the leaves have been dressed already with a little bit of olive oil, and you can add a little bit over there too.
Lovely, and there we go.
And some of those microgreens, we just bomb those on at at the end.
That looks amazing.
It does look healthy.
It does. It looks amazing. You know what?
And there we are. Pretty
That's
much.
it. So on
the plate.
what mat would this go? So we have a green, a blue, and a red one.
Would go on the blue mat.
On the blue mat there.
But only just, actually. It's not an expensive dish to prepare. So it's mainly the prawns that will... Calamari is not really expensive. Prawns are a little bit more expensive. But it looks nice, doesn't it?
It looks beautiful. Thank you so much, man.
Cool,
Really
thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming through. Remember that competition. Win your name in city to 33728. You win a dinner for two, a dinner bed and breakfast for 2 people at Lubbery Wine Farm in Paarl. Don't forget that Calamari, that SMS word, 33728. Do it now. We'll send you on that present.
Stay with Espresso and SABC3.